According to the Bible, people perish without vision. And one thing that really helps me keep going is to have this vision that these people someday will have this abundant life and will help them to change their lives more better than before.
One of the most memorable things that happened to me is to see the excitement and to see the changes in the lives of the people there. They are really excited to apply what they learned. They want change. But in their own, they cannot really do it. And by God's help, they understand that there's hope for them. When I visited personally their area, then I understand why they are there in the lowland begging for money. They don't have any start to plant for their rice field or corn or whatever they wanted to plant. There's a lot of needs in the mountain. Sometimes we saw that farming, food, sanitation, that is their need. But one thing that I observed that it is very important is to change the attitude of these people. Because if you give them something to plant and they don't know how to plant it, it will not be effective. So what's important that I saw in the mountain is to change their attitude first. Because if you change their attitude, everything will follow. Everything will be smooth. If you give them seeds, they will plant it. If you teach them to use this latrine, they will follow it. At first, they don't believe us. When they found out, oh, it's effective, it's growing now, they are following it. And they are starting to plant also. The reaction of the people there in the mountain when we arrive is like something like, oh, they are the same from the people who visit us here before. Because there's a lot of people visiting there and they keep on promising. They thought that we are the same to them. I remember one datus told me, "Sir, I thought you are a liar. When you told me that you are going to build a house here and stay here for a very long time." And then when they saw that we are starting to build a house and doing the program, the dato said, "Sir, I believe you now."
As they have seen and experienced, over time those reactions change as they have feel and experience the love of the trainers to them, that we care, we show them that we care, and we walk them through each lesson, and they realize that, oh, these people are not like the others. These people will really help us and will really stay here and really cared for us. Their thirst in what we are teaching them, and they are excited because it's their first time to hear such things. Oh, it's possible pala to do this, and it's so memorable for me because my heart is also touched with their curiosity, with their eagerness to do farms too in their home. It really changes my perspective, that seeing that I am very fortunate, I am very blessed, and I can do something to these people even though I don't have anything. I remember this family just in front of our house near the church. It's just so small house. When we saw them, there are 4 children and they live in a maybe 1.5 by 1.5 meter size house, and they are so poor. But when Farms 2 entered, they started building the garden. They started to have their tipi tap and their rubbish pit, and we saw that the mother and the father goes to the church together with their children, and already so it's a great change for us who are trainers teaching them. What keeps me going is the burden for these souls. I really want to see them in heaven, and I'm emotional right now because these people really need Christ as much as I needed Christ. The first time we worship with them, there are just few of them, and over time it adds more and more and more, and then until we started nightly worship, and then that nightly worship helped them in their spiritual life and also encourage them and strengthens them as well. If I could tell donors one thing in my heart, it would be thank you so much for letting God use you reach these families. If it weren't for your means that you have sponsored through Farms 2, we couldn't be in these villages, and we couldn't help these people, these families who are sunken from the deep poverty, hunger, and disease. Yet, thank you so much. Because of you, we can be able to reach them and not just change their lives, but also bring them closer to our Savior.